Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Nidai Gaur Premanande Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Devaki Nandanaya Cha. Nanda Gopa Kumaraya. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vageshwari Yasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasyasya Vakshase Yasyasi Samvit Hriday Samved Tam Narsingham Aham Bhaje. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. SCC Radha Madan Mohan Temple ISKCON Hyderabad. You are welcome for morning Hari Katha. Generally, we have morning Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bhagavatam is the scripture Bhagavatam, Grantha Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is also Purush Bhagavatam, and Bhagavatam also means Bhagavat, just as God. So it's non-different than Krishna. So we have three meaning of Bhagavatam right now. Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. Bhagavatam is a scripture, and Bhagavatam is a personality. So today we will discuss one Bhagavata Purusha, Ramanuja Achary, Sripad Ramanuja Achary, his auspicious disappearance days today. And then we'll discuss, he's a Bhagavata Purusha. And then we'll discuss Bhagavat means Krishna, and Krishna includes all his expansions. And to get the mercy of Krishna, or to get the Krishna Prem, we need the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for getting the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prasade Paye Chaitanya. Chaitanya Prasade Paye Krishna Prem. So today we'll also glorify the Nityanand Prabhu and his devotees. Ultimately, only by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, we will get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, and by his mercy, we can please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who can bestow Krishna Prem. So, Ramanuja, Rama means Supreme Personality of Godhead, Anuja means his younger brother. So Nityanand is a Ram. Nityanand Ram is Nityanand. And he is also Anuj of Krishna in Rama Leela. And he is Agraj of Krishna in Krishna Leela. Agraj means elder brother. So Nityanand Ram and Ramanuja Achary both, to discuss about both is very auspicious in that way, because all the incarnations and all the bona fide spiritual masters are representative or expansion of Balaram. Ultimately, all the Vishnu Tattvas are coming through Balaram. The whole creation is through Balaram, Nityananda. And all the spiritual masters are also representative of Nityananda. So there is a deep connection between the both. So among the four Vaishnava Sampradaya, which are all Bhagavad Sampradaya. In the glories of Bhagavatam in Skanda Purana, it says, Brahma asked Krishna that I have to create, I have to oversee mode of passion. How can I always remember your lotus feet? And Krishna says, you always relish Bhagavat. So Brahma is always in he's always controlling mode of passion. So he finishes Bhagavatam in 7 days. Then Shankara asks same thing. I am presiding over the mode of ignorance. I have to do annihilation. But how can I remember your lotus feet, Krishna? And Krishna says, you also relish Bhagavatam. But the Shankar has a free time, so he finishes reading Bhagavatam in 1 year. And then Parvati reads Bhagavatam for 2 years, and he reads. Then Lord Vishnu says, I have to maintain the whole universe, not one, unlimited universes. And I have to maintain even the dacoits, ruffians, non-devotees. I have to provide them their maintenance. How can I always be thinking of you, Krishna? Krishna says, you also recite Bhagavatam. So in 1 month, Vishnu finished Bhagavatam and Lakshmi hears, and Lakshmi speaks 2 months Bhagavatam and Lord Vishnu hears. So one Vaishnava Sampradaya is from Lakshmi, Sri Sampradaya. There's a Vaishnava Sampradaya, and the principal Acharya of this Sampradaya is Ramanuja Swami. The another Sampradaya to which we belong is the Brahma Sampradaya, and Brahma is reciting Bhagavatam. And he also got the direct Bhagavatam from Krishna, the 4 seed verses of Bhagavatam. He is the first person who received the Bhagavatam. So he is also Bhagavata Acharya, and his principal Acharya is lying in his Madhva Acharya. And through Madhavendra Puri, we are connected with Madhva Sampradaya. our link with Madhva Acharya and Brahma Sampradaya is through Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri. So this is our link with this Sampradaya. And then the third Sampradaya is Rudra Sampradaya, and Shankar is also reciting Bhagavatam. And his principal Acharya is Vishnu Swami. And then the fourth Sampradaya is Kumar Sampradaya. And Kumars, they have heard Bhagavatam from Sankarsana, Balaramji. From Sesh, the expansion of Balaram, they heard Bhagavatam from him. And then Kumara heard from Sankarsana, and then through Parasar Muni, Sankhya and Muni, it came to the Maitreya Rishi, and Maitreya Rishi tells his parampara like that. So, and the principal Acharya of this Sampradaya is Nimbarka Acharya. So all the four Vaishnava Sampradayas are Vaishnava, are Bhagavat Sampradaya. They're all Bhagavat Sampradaya. So Ramanuja Acharya is the principal Acharya of Shri Sampradaya. And couple things about Ramanuja Acharya which we just remember today. He's a spiritual master. I think he has Yadunandan, Yadvandar, but there's some Acharya in the line before him. They gave him the secret mantra. And he said, if you chant this mantra, you will realize Supreme Lord. But don't tell anybody. And then he went on the top of the big building or hill in the town, and I called all the people to assemble around, and then he said, I am telling you the most secret mantra. And you chant this, you will be delivered. And he told them that mantra, which usually is never spoken to anybody else. And when his spiritual master heard about that, he said, you will go to hell. You have disobeyed my order, instructions. He said, only I will go to the hell, but millions of people will be delivered. The purpose of the Vaishnava is to deliver everybody. And when a spiritual master heard that you are the right person to receive this mantra. So this is the one good thing we always remember about Ramanuja Acharya, that we have to spread the holy name without distinction and give opportunity to everybody, because devotion is right of every living entity. And to chant the holy name is the adhikar of everybody. Because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, and everybody has to love and serve Krishna. And we have to give opportunity to everybody. This is the one message from the teaching of Ramanuja Acharya for all of us. And when Ramanuja Acharya was studying at his guru's ashram, at that time there was one Digvijay, I think Kolahal, his name was something like Kolahal. And he was so, proud that whoever he used to defeat, he used to tell them they have to give some, fine for that, and regularly they have to pay. So in his ashram where Ramanuja was staying, because the teachers were defeated previously by this Kolahal, and they were not able to pay the taxes. So Ramanuja was hardly 80 years or something like that. He wanted to challenge that great scholar, Kolahal. He went to his court. This young, beautiful, effulgent personality, he arrived there. Everybody was surprised, and he challenged that I'm coming from this ashram, and I remember, I know that we have to pay something to you because you have defeated our teachers, but now I would like to have shastra arth with you, debate with you. And everybody was surprised how this young boy can defeat the great Digvijay. And a date was fixed, and a big pandal was arranged, and the king and queen were sitting on the top, and on the one side was this great, proud Acharya Kunal, other side was this young, beautiful, excellent scholar of the future, Ramanuja Achary, sitting there. Queen said, this boy will defeat our proud Acharya. King said, how come that? It's not possible. So they were actually saying that if he wins, then I will give something to him. Something they were discussing among themselves. Anyway, when time came for discussion, so Kulal said, you are a child, what you will do with me? Ask me what you want to ask. Ramanuja humbly said, I oblige whatever you say, you defeat my statement. So he gave the first statement. Our king is most pious person on the planet. You refute this statement. Now, Kolahal, how can he say that our king is not pious? It is not possible to say in front of king. Now, this statement is wrong. But how to prove that? Now, in this situation, Kolahal was really frustrated. He said, how can I? He said, how come I say like this? He said, okay, I cannot answer, you tell. He said, our king is very pious, there's no doubt about that. But all the subject of the king, the citizens, if they do any sinful activities, 1/6 of their sins will go to the king. Therefore, king is not pious also. Because the king received the 1/6 of the pious and impious activity, credits of his citizens. And same thing is also for us devotees. If you go to somebody's house and honor prasad there, then you have to give 1/6 of your sadhana to them. It's not free. It's not free. You have to pay for that. Therefore, our advice to the devotees is, first you pay by chanting Hare Krishna, doing Sankirtan, speaking few verses from Gita or Bhagavatam, and then you honor prasad. So first you pay, then you will be saved. Otherwise you will be plundered. Now, second question. Our queen is most chaste. Now prove that she is not. Now how in the assembly somebody will say the queen is not chaste? Kolawal was really, come, he said, she was too much in anxiety, he cannot answer. He was saying, is this young boy? He's actually, the second question I'm not able to answer. He said, how can I say queen is not chaste? And he said, our queen is very chaste, no doubt. But king is representative of Supreme Lord and the many demigods living in the king. Therefore, king is not worse one person. Therefore, though queen is chaste, but she has many husbands. Because in this king, there are the Supreme Lord is there. Other devatas are living there also. Now the third question is a final round. He said, your mother is barren. You are son of a mother and you are saying your mother is barren? And now how can you refute that my son? I am son of my mother, how can my mother be barren? Now this is the final round and he was completely frustrated and defeated. And Ramanuja said, yes, if the woman has only one son, then she is considered barren. So you are the only son of your mother, so your mother is barren. Now everybody says, Kolahal, everybody says, this young boy has actually defeated the greatest scholar of the time. And the queen was so happy and said, we can give half of the kingdom to such a young man. And then usually when some ruler or some administrator become influenced by the preaching of some pure devotee, then that religion or that faith will spread more, with more, fast, and more fast it is spread everywhere. This is the rule. So Ramanuja has influenced the king, and then he defeated Kolohal. So this is the incident in Ramanuja Acharya's life, which teaches us that though our devotees are maybe, young devotees, maybe from different faith, from different backgrounds, different countries, but the philosophy given to us by Srila Prabhupada in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so perfect and pure that no big scholar can, withstand to the arguments if the devotee gives. So we should be bold to preach. And this philosophy of Krishna consciousness is so pure and perfect. Though all preacher may not be pure and perfect, but the philosophy is pure and perfect. Like the profession, medical profession is a very noble profession, but the doctor may be corrupt. But because doctor is corrupt, the profession cannot be cannot be said is corrupt. So some person may be doing something, which may not below its standard or something like that. But the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, which the purpose of that philosophy is to awaken the love of Radha Krishna, only that is possible by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. And to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to beg to Nityanand Prabhu to recommend for that mercy, then it is only possible. And for Nityanand's mercy, we have to basically know his associates and how they used to serve and please him. Because that's only the parampara system to approach. Between you and Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, that if there are many devotees, great souls, then it is a very quick and swift process to reach to the lotus feet of Krishna. If you have to see something which is far away, then you use telescope. Yeah, what is the telescope that make this thing which is far away very near? What is in the telescope? क्या होता है टेलीस्कोप में? दूर की चीज नजदीक नजर आती है. Powerful convex lenses. So Krishna may be in Golok Dham. Golok eva nivasti akilatma bhuta. But between you and Krishna, if there are very powerful convex lenses, means the powerful devotees, then you can see Krishna just within your heart, just in front of you, premanjan shrita bhakti vilochanena, santa sadeva hrideshu valokiyanti, yamasham sundram vachuntam, gunaswarupam, govindam adi purusham tamaham namami. So simply, this line or parampara is very powerful. Like if you have a magnet, it is so powerful you can have a big line of so many iron pieces connected to it, and that current of the magnet is reaching to the smallest piece down. So like that, Krishna is a magnet because he's all powerful. And next to him is actually Balaram. And then his disciple, parampara, like that. And we are connected with this, then we have that. It should be transparent via media. It means we should receive the mercy of Krishna, and we should, whatever we offer, it should go through the parampara to the Krishna. It must be both ways. Transparent means both ways. What we offer has to reach to Krishna through parampara, and the mercy of the Krishna reach to the devotee through parampara. So, I was told last night that I have to speak about something about Nityanand Prabhu, so I was thinking what to speak, but I thought it is better to speak something, the associate of Nityanand. Actually, Dwadash Gopa, the 12 Gopa, the coward boys, were the friends of Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. They are all associate of Nityanand in Chaitanya Leela. So let us recite this one verse. Nityananda Padamboja Bhringan Prema Madhu Madan Natva Akhilan Natva Akhilan Tesho Mukhya Likhyante Katichin Maya. This is the verse if you want to show here. Adi Leela 11.1. Adi 11.1. Nityanandam Padam Bhoja Bhrangana Prema Madhuna Madan Natva Kilantesho Mukhya Likhyante Katichin Maya. Now this verse says Nityananda Padam Bhoja. It means lotus feet of Nityananda. Branga means the bumblebee. Prema, love. Madhu, sweet honey. Madan, they are intoxicated. Those devotees who are intoxicated by relishing the sweet honey of the lotus feet of Nityananda. It means devotees are follower of Nityananda. Natva khilam, I am offering my obeisance to all of them. Natva means offering obeisance. Akhilam, to all of them. But I am offering to all, but I cannot describe all. Teshu mukhya, of them, those who are most prominent, likhyante katichan maya. Kaviraj Goswami said, there are very great and pure lovers of Nityanand Prabhu. They are always like Brahmar, tasting the honey like nectar of the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda, and they are intoxicated. I cannot describe all, but I can offer obeisance to all. But I will name most prominent among them. So this is the translation by Srila Prabhupada of this verse. After offering the obeisance unto all the devotees of Nityanand Prabhu, who are like bumblebees collecting honey from his lotus feet, I shall try to describe those who are the most prominent. Why Kaviraj Goswami is describing this? Ultimately, the mercy of Nityanand we can get through his devotees. And for us, the most prominent and powerful devotees of Nityanand is Srila Prabhupada. He is representative of Nityanand. Because he followed the principle of Nityanand, that go and preach to the most fallen people in the category of Jagai and Madhai. Nityanand preached to only 2 Jagai and Madhai, but Prabhupada went and preached to millions Jagais and Madhais in the Western world. They are worse than Madhai and Jagai. He is the perfect representative of Nityanand Prabhu. Once Jayapita Goswami Maharaj was asked, what is your realization? And she was in a bhav, and he said, Nityanand is most merciful. He said, this is my realization. Nityanand is most merciful. Akrodha Nityananda Ram is never angry. Akrodha Nityananda Ram. And he's asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Nama Acharya Haridas Thakur to go to door, village to village, and beg from people that please chant Hare Krishna. So he is the most powerful preacher of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Now the second verse is Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu Sri Krishna Chaitanya Tahara Charna Shrita Se Dhanya. It means those who are taking shelter of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are most fortunate. They are the most fortunate. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone who has taken shelter at his lotus feet is glorious. To take shelter of lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Adhbhutta Jaya Nityananda Jaya Mahaprabhura Sarvabhauma Vrenda. With the respect, first Advait is the elder one, and the Panch Tattva is the eldest. You can almost say how many years? 50 years or 40 years before Mahaprabhu's appearance. How many? 50 years, something like 50 years, what I remember. So, and then Nityanand, he is also elder to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu Sarvabhauma Vrenda, and all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even the one follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can deliver the whole universe. What is this? ये कौन सा भजन है? हाँ, ब्रह्मांड तारिते. What is the first line? Vrindavan Vasi Jata Gana Vaishnava. One follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can deliver the whole universe. And one Gaurvani Prachane Prabhupada has delivered at least this world which we are seeing right now with our own eyes. We don't need the proof for that. One person has actually inaugurated the Krishna conscious movement in all the continents of this universe, at least that we can see on this planet. He is the living proof of that. We have not to redo research. One person can do that. And Bhagavatam says, Udgayanti niratyanti kadachan punati bhuvanam If devotee is so pure that in ecstasy, then sometime he cries and sometime laughing, he can purify the whole world. And what did Srila Prabhupada do? He simply chanted and danced. He danced and chanted all over the world, and then he purified the whole atmosphere. If 70-year-old man was chanting and dancing, one of Prabhupada's disciples has written a book that Blazing Sadhu. The one who is not able to dance in chanting is not a sadhu. He is not a sadhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada first started, teaching the devotees yoga steps only, Hare Krishna steps, left, right. But one day on appearance day of, I think, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, in a new church they bought, he was dancing up and down, and the letter went all over the movement that, oh, Swamiji has started new dancing. The whole movement was surprised and say, new dancing is up and down. Prabhupada first time started this dancing, and this letter went to all the centers that Prabhupada said, Swamiji has started new dancing. So dancing, sadhu who is dancing, they can purify the whole world. And now the next verse is, Tasya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sata Prema Mara Sakhinaha Shakhinaha Urdhva Skandaha Vaha Vadhaute Na Doho Indoho Shakha Rupam Ganan Numoha Tasya, his Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sata Prem of eternal love of God, Amar, indestructible, Shakhinaha of the tree, Urdhva, very high, Skanda, branch, Avadhuta Indu, Sri Nityanand. Avadhuta Indu means moon. He is the moon among the Avadhut. The other Avadhut may be like a star, but he is the moon of all the Avadhut. Nityanandam aham navami sarvanand karpam harinam pradam devam Avadhuta shromanim. He is Avadhuta Indu. It's a beautiful name of Nityanand, Avadhuta Indu. Avadhuta Indu is a very beautiful name. Is somebody named Avadhut Indu Das? Have you heard this name? So we are expecting somebody should give some name, Avadhut Indu Das. Adhbhut Chandra. Yeah, Adhbhut Chandra Das. Adhbhut Chandra, Adhbhut Indu. Adhbhut Chandra is a wonderful name. In the form of different branches, Ganan, to the devotees, Namo, I offer obeisances. Shri Nityanand Prabhu is the topmost branch of indestructible tree of eternal love of Godhead. And who is that tree? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is the root of this tree? Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri is the root of the tree of Krishna Prem, and this tree is indestructible. Indestructible tree. I offer my respectful obeisance to all the sub-branches of that topmost branch. See, last night I was thinking, the earlier chapter 5 is actually Nityanand Tattva. So when we discuss about Nityanand, we have at least two ways to do Nityanand Tattva and Nityanand pastimes. Nityanand teachings. So these are the three things. For any, that we have his Tattva, his pastime and his teachings. So I was thinking Tattva we may discuss on Nityanand Triyodasi. But today we are discussing something, his associate of Nityanand Prabhu. Because Kaviraj Goswami is offering obeisance to all those devotees who are the sub-branches of Nityanand. It means follower of Nityanand, assisting Nityanand Prabhu. Sri Nityananda Vrikshera Skanda Gorutara Tahate Janmila Shakha Prashakha Vistara. Sri Nityanand Prabhu is an extremely heavy branch, Gurutam, of Sri Chaitanya tree. Is the extremely बहुत ही भारी शाखा है, because he is the Guru Tattva. He is the spiritual master of the all spiritual master. They are all his representative. From that branch grew many branches and some branches and sub-branches. Malakarera ichha jale bare shakha gana prema pula phale bhari chaela bhuvana. मालाकारेर मतलब माली होकर, माली होकर कौन है माली? इसका चैतन्य महाप्रभु। मालाकारेर मतलब चैतन्य महाप्रभु इच्छा जले, उसकी इच्छा के जल से बारे शाखागण सब शाखों को बढ़ा रहा है, इज इंक्रीजिंग। और वो क्या दे रहे हैं? प्रेम, भगवत प्रेम, फल, full of flower and fruits. Bhari chaela bhuvana. And the translation goes, watered by the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Watered by desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These branches and sub-branches have grown unlimitedly and covered the entire world with fruits and flowers. And what is that fruit? Krishna Prem. Now, desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is important. This whole material world is depending upon the desire. In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is a Urdhva Moola, the Shaka, and you see the picture, the tree at the river side is upside down, reflected. And in the reflection, which is water, where you see the tree, there's a one word written. Anybody remember in the picture? Desire. So, whole material world is dependent upon desire of the living entity. But the whole spiritual world is desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by his desire we can get Krishna Prem. So from the bondage of material world, if one wants to be free, he must get the water of desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And water of desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nourishes all the branches and sub-branches of Nityanand Prabhu. So we are maybe small twig, but we are connected to that tree of Nityanand coming through Gauravani. And then Prabhupada, all the parampara and Prabhupada, and then branches maybe very small, but we get the desire of water of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is most important. Now, asankhya ananta gana ke karu ganana apana sodhite kahe mukhya jana. These branches and some branches of devotees are innumerable and unlimited. who would count them? For my personal purification, I shall try to enumerate only the most prominent among them. There is a purport for this verse by Srila Prabhupada. Nobody can write any spiritual book for his own aggrandizement or popularity. ये प्रभुपाद का purport देखिए. One should not write books or essay on transcendent subject matter for material name, fame and profit. Transcendent literature must be written under the direction of superior authority, because it is not meant for material purposes. If one tries to write under a superior authority, he becomes purified. All Krishna conscious activities should be undertaken for personal purification, apana sodhite, not for material gain. This purport is a very powerful purport. If we describe something, here we sit and speak, it is for our purification. We write something, it is for our purification. It is not for publicity, it is not for name, fame and profit or for any material purpose. Otherwise the spiritual potency of that literature will be nullified. This is a very powerful purport. And we have to really, and one should write by authority. For preaching, we have authority of Chaitanya Prabhu. Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. This is the authority given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach Krishna consciousness in every town and village. This is the open authority given to everybody. So we all have authority. You see, even Nityanand Prabhu before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction was not preaching. He is himself Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he was just traveling to the all holy places. But he was not preaching until unless Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him to preach. So he is a right example as a spiritual master that you can only start speaking spiritual transcendent subject matter when ordered or empowered by the superior authority. Even Nityanand never did this. So how come somebody else can do that? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them that now you go and preach, and then he started preaching. So I think this is for our personal, this purport is for personal application for all the devotees in Krishna consciousness. Personal application. When I have to write something, when I have to say something, we should be simply doing it for our purification. It is for our apana shodhite. Now, we will just read one verse or two verses. Shri Veerabhadra Gosai Skanda Mahashakha Tahara Upashakayata Asankhya Tara Lekha. After Nityanand Prabhu, the greatest branch is Veerabhadra Gosai. He is son of Nityanand Prabhu. And his identity is Kshirodakshai Vishnu. He is Kshirodakshai Vishnu, Paramatma, who is in everybody's heart. So he is non-different in one sense from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is very interesting, I'm just telling you. In Krishna Leela, Krishna has 16,108 wives. And each has 10 sons and 1 daughter. But Balaram has no issue. In Krishna Leela, Balaram has no issue. There's no son to Revati. But there's a reason in Garga Santa. In Chaitanya Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has no issue. He married, twice he married, but he has no issue. But Nityanand Prabhu has parampara. He has issue. Veerbhadra is his son from Vasudha, not from Janva. He's a disciple of Janma and son of Vasudha, the other wife of Nityanand Prabhu. And he has, again, the disciples and son, which are considered. Son and disciple are non-different actually. So this is interesting to remember. Balaram has no issue in Krishna Leela and Chaitanya Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no issue. But the Nityanand has the issue here. Now, here the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has written a big purport on this verse about the deity of Veerbhadra Gosai and his wives, and a lot much is written, so we are just escaping. Ishvara hai lakhya maha bhagavata Veda dharma tirtha haya vede dharme tarata. Although Veerbhadra Gosai was Supreme Person of Godhead, he presented himself as a great devotee. This is the mood of all a follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They may be Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Mahaprabhu himself, he acted as a devotee. And even Veerbhadra is a Kshirodaksha Vishnu, but he acted as a devotee. And although the Supreme Godhead is transcendental to all Vedic injection, he strictly followed all Vedic rules. So all the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they follow the rules and regulation of devotional service, though they are transcendental to that. But internally they were knowing what they are, but externally they acted as, this next verse is internally and externally. Antare Ishavara Cheshta Bahire Niradambha Chaitanya Bhakti Mandape Tehu Mula Stamba. He is the main pillar in the hall of devotional service erected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Main pillar of the devotional hall. He knew within himself he knew himself within himself that he acted as a Supreme Lord Vishnu, but externally he was prideless. A great message for us. Maybe great devotee, maybe powerful spiritual master, but always outside he should be humble. Srila Prabhupada was once asked by a news reporter, "Are you a spiritual master of George Harrison?" And that person was a great musician of that time. And Prabhupada paused for some time. He said, "No." Prabhupada said, "No, I am servant of everybody." This was Prabhupada's answer, "I am servant of everybody." This is the mood all the devotees in Krishna consciousness must always, this mood and this spirit they should cultivate always. Nirdambha. Nirdambha means without pride, without, showing off. They should be humble and simple. Most important qualification. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi saishana. Nirdambha. You may be powerful Acharya, but you must be very humble. All the people. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was so humble. He was sitting and chanting just next to the public toilets. And he's the spiritual master of the most learned scholar of the time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But how humble he was. So we have to learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu's message that internally we may have realization, but outside we should act like a simple devotee. That is most important message here. अद्यापि यहाँ कृपा महिमा हाइते चेतना नित्यानंद गाय सकल जगते. It is by the glorious mercy of Sri Veerbhadra Gosai that people all over the world now have the chance to chant the name of Chaitanya Nitai. Now, all over the world, how the Kaviraj Goswami writes something when nothing was, even in the North India, people were not knowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nitai. But he says, whole world will chant Nityanand Chitai by the mercy of Veer Chandra Gosai and his followers. These are all forecast in one sense. Say Veerbhadra Gosai hai no sharana, lai no sharana, yahara prasade hai abhishta purana. I therefore take shelter of lotus feet of Veerbhadra Gosai, so that by his mercy my great desire to write Chaitanya Charitamrita will be properly guided. So what I'm saying, this is what, anyway, Chaitanya Charitamrita is a higher study, is after post-graduation actually. So we are not every day thinking of Veerbhadra Acharya in our daily, prayers or routine. But Kaviraj Goswami is saying, by his mercy, I can compile and write about this mercy. Sri Ramadas Ara Gadadhar Dasa Chaitanya Gosaira Bhakta Rahe Tara Pasa. We'll finish up till 15 verse, 2 more verses for today's class. Sri Ramadas is 1 and Gadadhar Das is 2. Chaitanya Gosaira Bhakta, they are the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rahe Tara Pas, they are staying with Nityanand Prabhu. But Ramana, who is Ramadas? This is interesting. Know this. Ramdas, later known as Abhiram Thakur. Ramdas is known as Abhiram Thakur, and Abhiram Thakur is the one of the 12 Gopals of cowherd friends of Nityanand Prabhu. The Gaur Gandadisha says the Ramadas was formerly Sri Dhamma. So he's the Sri Dhamma of Krishna Leela, and now this Ramdas is Abhiram Thakur, and his deities are somewhere, and if he was paying obeisance to somebody after except Salagram, that was broken down. And everybody is afraid of that he may not pay obeisance to him. This is interesting, and he has a one whip. Whoever he beat with the hip, he will get Krishna Prem. And this is something, in this purport is written, a quite lengthy purport by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Nityanande agya dilaya bhi gaure yaite Mahaprabhu ei dui dila tahara sathe Ateva dui gana duhara ganana Madhava Vasudeva Gosairo ei vivarana. Nityanande agya dila, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityanand, Yabi Gore Jaita, now you go back to the Gauda Desh, to Bengal. And where was Nityanand? He was accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri. Who were with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after taking sannyasi going to Jagannath Puri? I think there are 4 people. There were 4. Nityanand was with them. They discussed this. Khirchor Gopinath, he told to the Nityanand was there. Mukanda, Gadadha. Jagannath was there. Sure. Gadadhar was not there. He came afterwards. There are 4 persons together. They were accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after taking sannyas. I used to remember the names. Mukunda. So Mahaprabhu ei dui dila tahara sathe. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when you go to and preach in Bengal, then he gave these two as associate. Ateva dui gane dohara ganan. And along with these two, there are two more. Madhav and Vasudeva Ghoshera Yei Vivarana. So, when Nityanand Prabhu was ordered to go to the Bengal to preach, these two devotees, Ramadas and Gadadhar Das, were ordered to go with him. Thus, they are sometimes counted among the devotees of Chaitanya and sometimes among the devotees of Nityananda. Similarly, two more devotees, Madhav Ghosh and Vasudev Ghosh, belong to both groups of devotees. They are also associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also associates of Nityananda. So 15 verses are over. We are ending its class here. Anybody has any question or comment? What we have learned something from Ramanuja Acharya's teaching and life, and something from Nityanand Prabhu's pastime with his associates. Anybody has any question or comment? श्रीपाद रामानंद आचार्य तिरुभाव तिथि महोत्सव की, श्री नित्यानंद राम की, पिता शिल प्रभुपाद की, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। साधु।